Okay. I think that, you know what? Okay. All right. Okay. So we're live over there and live over, I think I'm going live in both places right now. It's fantastic. So I started looking at these, the old ones I've done, and thought, oh my gosh, who I am is not really coming through in the beginning, sort of very calm and very Mediumship Monday. It's all that is, I just want to say, like, that's not really how life kind of runs here. And so anyway, I just want to say I'm really trying to bring more of myself into it. And today I'm in front of my favorite piece of artwork in my bedroom. It says organize. So it's kind of an art installation. So it's organized in my house, which needs to be organized. So if you ever come through my house, just know that it's actually a work. Like, it's kind of like you're going to the Met, but not really, just one really piece of incredible art. This art piece actually happens to be painted by an amazing artist. He's in California. You can look him up. His name is James Mathers. James, then Mathers. And it's just an absolutely awesome piece of work. And I'm going to go back and forth and see just kind of how everybody's doing and what's happening. And, you know, I really want this to be an interactive thing. So ask me questions. Let's talk. Let's see what's going on. I do want to say that this Wednesday, I'm going to be at, where am I going to be? I'm going to be at Sal's. So I'm going to be at Sal's Italian restaurant in Tecumseh. And the doors will open at 4. And that's just so that you can come and do some eating. You could eat some of the amazing, Kim's amazing food at Sal's Italian restaurant in Tecumseh. And I will be there probably about 6. Remember, it's like a mad dash for me to get down there between getting the kids where they need to be and getting me where I need to be. And I guess getting dressed. Sometimes getting dressed is hard. I mean, come on. You know that, right? Like figuring out what you're going to wear and look at, anyway. So I got that all to figure out too. So anyway, here we are, Mediumship Monday. And I don't know if I have a lot to talk about today. I've done some amazing groups this week. I did one for the ladies of the shop, and it's a hair place in Milan, actually called The Shop. It's a fantastic place. It's a lot of fun. So if you need a haircut, run over there. Tell them Janny sent you. And yeah, so I got to tell you, the last 2 weeks for me, energetically, have been a bit of a blur. So I'm not really, it's kind of hard to say what, it's funny because I'm like, what day is it? What time is it? I don't know really what's, not what's going on, just not sure like where my schedule is and what I'm doing. I went down from 3 jobs to 2. So that's probably a part of my how I'm so disoriented. So I'm trying to really like hold on and get a hold of my schedule. 2 weeks passed and I couldn't even tell. So there I am, 2 weeks. And I got to tell you, I have been having a really hard time not soothing myself because so I've just been soothing myself with food. It's been a real, like, I haven't had that coming to Jesus moment yet where I'm like, okay, that's probably enough. My total willpower is going to kick in. It's going to stop, right? It's going to end, right? So it's not happening yet. So if anybody has any tips or tricks, it's totally fine. But I got to tell you, that's one of the things that happens, or not just that. I mean, mediums themselves, if you're out there, it's interesting. I was at this advanced mediumship. Oh God, I always get his name wrong, so I'm not going to even attempt it. I always forget his name. But I was at this training, and he said, how many mediums in here are practicing come from alcoholics' homes? And everybody's hand, like around me, 90% of the people around me, hands went up. Shock collar. I know, I need one. 90% of the people I want you to think about that for a second. 90% of the people raised their hands because the environment they grew up in wasn't safe or steady, so they started using extrasensory perception to understand what was safe and what wasn't safe. Now, what can happen? It can get a little hard to manage extra energies when it's out there, extra spirits when they come talk to you, because they could talk to you. I have friends that get woken up in the middle of the night. I get woken up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I don't even know why I'm getting woken up. I'm just awake. And so a bunch of things happen that you have to manage energy. This is why you hear everybody talking about energetic energy, chakras, energy centers. How are you dealing? Well, maybe you don't. Okay, maybe you don't hear this, but maybe you should. How are you dealing with your energy? Or how about the energy in that room? Or what was the energy like of the speaker? They were so energized. It was wonderful. It was this, it was that. We remember how to use energy when everything's exciting. But there's also the energy of when you're connecting and vibrating lower and lower. And I gotta say, like, I'm totally there this week. Actually, it's been 2 weeks, right? I'm totally there these past 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not being able, I am connecting with, in my personal life, I connect with a lower vibration and energy. In my professional life, it's another deal. I still have my lessons to learn. And part of, this is what I do. This is why I do Mediumship Monday. Quite honestly, there's part of it is like, I want you to know that this is real. I want you to trust that that the majority of your mediums out there are working their tails off to help you. And I'm one of them. So I think that makes sense. Does it make sense? Does anybody have questions, concerns, thoughts, ideas, things they want to put out, things they don't want to put out? You can private message me. So I want you to think about how, because, the other thing was I was totally trying, was really pushing pretty hard to get people to join YouTube. And I realized this isn't why I do it. I don't do Mediumship Monday to turn this into, to make money off of it. I don't do that at all. I do groups. I'm doing courses. I'm doing classes. I do group sessions. I do one-on-ones. I do coaching. I do that is the part that supports my life. Mediumship Monday is so special to me. It's so special to me because what I end up doing is giving people in the world who are out dealing with life, like you and you and you and you and you and all of yous, and anybody commenting or wherever you're at, I'm going to say, dare I say, the same words that I've said for the series, like hope. I want to work with you in hope and how to increase your vibration and frequency. So, okay. All right, everybody close their eyes. You're at home, right? And maybe your kids are with you, and that's even better. So go ahead, close your eyes. Are you doing it? All right, just type yes when your eyes are closed. So when your eyes are closed, type yes. And now we're going to do everything together because this is synergy. This is why when you go to a group conference or an unconference or a meeting, a good meeting, a well-run facilitated meeting, by the way, I'm also a facilitator. I'm trying to make sure you don't see anything else but the artwork because that's kind of important. So what was I even saying? I mean, facilitation, sorry. I was talking about facilitation and talking about the energy. When people are together and working on something, working on a goal, and they're all working together to raise their energy, which this is what Mediumship Monday does, whether it be on Facebook or whether it be on YouTube, whether it be anywhere. You know what I'm going to add? I'll do that. I don't need to talk about it. So, okay. I'm sure that's making sense to everybody. So everybody close their eyes. I want you to take a deep breath and then release and slowly I want you to allow every breath to be deeper than the one before it. And as I say this, I want you to either repeat it out loud or repeat it in your head. But I want you to make sure it sounds like you're repeating it in your head. I increase my vibration and frequency to the highest available to me now. Say it one more time. I increase my vibration to the highest available to me now. So I increase my vibration and frequency to the highest available to me now. Now, why is that a big deal? I want you to keep breathing. If you're there, breathe into that, because you're going to be releasing old energy that's not flowing easily through your body, through your chakra centers or your power centers, whatever you want to call it. Allowing yourself to really feel the older energy leaving and this new energy coming in. All right. I would like a little bit of feedback on people who did that. How did it feel? Did you do it? Did it? I thought somebody, it's weird. Oh, the last name is Root. I'm like, it's a root chakra, right? I feel it. So how did everybody else do? It's a release of older energies. You could feel a frequency. You could feel vibration. You could feel a frequency like bubbling up, almost like an Alka-Seltzer soda feeling. My dog's outside the door going, let me in. You could feel a lot, but what ends up happening is you begin to, your guides come in and my guides come in and they start to push you up and move you up this spectrum of energy. And if you've ever talked to me in years, you'll know that I always think of energy as a ladder. The lower rungs, the lower vibrations, the lower frequencies, right? These are all vibrations and frequencies. Now, I increase my vibration and frequency, the highest available now. You're going up. You're going up. You're not. It doesn't mean you don't slip back down. It doesn't mean you don't get your days or a couple weeks all blue. It could totally happen. But it's about. So it's funny. So I'm totally medium-y. I like a medium with my kids. I do tell them that my guides go off with them and will tell me if they're doing anything wrong. I won't know about it. And it was interesting because I always tell them, not inspirational things, but kind of the same things, tips and tricks. So what I told my daughter is I always tell them, it doesn't matter how, we watch What the Bleep Do You Know Anyway, and practice the I love you with the water, which we'll also talk about in a minute. Maybe not. Maybe we'll talk about it. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. So she's in the back of the van. Now I drive a van. So she's in the way back of the van. And I've always tell my kids, it doesn't really matter how many times you get knocked down. It's how many times you get back up. It's like getting back up again. So she's in the way back of the van. And what she says to me is, Mom, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. It matters how many times you get back up. And I think it's time for you to get back up. So I thought, out of the mouth of babes, really, right now. And she's giving me my lesson or a lesson in how to be, how to not give up. And I dare say that a huge percentage of this life is knowing when to give up and knowing when not to give up. So here are one of the things that can help you figure out if it's a thing to give up about or a thing not to give up about. You can't ever give up on yourself. That means if you have the urge to go back to school, you do it. If you are going to better yourself or set intentions about how people are going to, and I love this idea, it's and this is from Andy, that this is my sandbox. I play in this sandbox and I expect people to play in my sandbox using these rules. And if we don't play by the rules together, then you really can't play in my sandbox. You choose the energy you hang out with. So I'm a huge fan of Les Brown. And if you don't know him, go watch him. Go watch him because he's pretty amazing. So Les Brown is like, one of the things that he says is, it's not over until I win. Winning, like, it brings apart this idea of competition, right? And what I want to offer is that it's not necessarily competition. It's not over till you don't give up on yourself. It's not over till you keep moving forward. So, all right. Does that make sense? Hope it makes sense. So let's see here. I'm over here on Facebook now. So what's happening over here on Facebook? Does anybody okay. That's what okay. I just moved down. Gotta play in other people's sandboxes. No, your sandbox is a metaphor for how you deal with people's energies, vibrations, and frequencies, and how you deal with what's coming at you. Does it make sense? Okay. Anyway, I want to talk about angels tonight, part of it. Does anybody like this artwork behind me? This is like amazing. It's on it's huge. It's like on I don't know. I don't know. I used to know. Maybe it's 6 feet. Like plywood, is a sheet of plywood 6 feet? Can anybody answer that? Oh, okay. Now you get it. Like, all right, good, Renee, because I'm glad, because I was going to private message you later and be like, Renee, you want to deal with your own energy and your own vibration and frequency. And you want to do that. So, and you want to be able to match that. So how do you come about bringing things into this world that you want? Now, I love this about the Long Eye Medium, and I don't know if you're all familiar with Long Eye Medium. I assume everybody is, and then I'm like always shocked to find out that some people aren't. They don't know who she is, and that surprises me. But she wanted these. She has a book, and I can't remember I think it's her first book, where she's on the front cover in those really high heels that are shiny, Louis Vuittons, I think. No, they're not Louis Vuittons. I don't know what they are. They're just the red bottom sole. I do know that. And she really wanted them. And I don't know, maybe there's only 2 in the world. Somehow she got a pair. She asked Spirit to help her. I want to challenge everybody here to do that. Ask Spirit to help. Ask Spirit to help you. Ask Spirit for help, whether it be getting these really expensive shoes or getting this house sold, or whether it be playing the piano, or whether it be learning how to do like the yoga trapeze stuff, or whether it be whatever it is. Just begin to ask Spirit. And I want to share this with you. There's 2 things. I know I'm sharing a lot. I hope I'm sharing a lot. I don't know if I always am. Sometimes I think I am. Sometimes I think, well, I don't really know how that went. We'll see. So what ends up happening is this, and I think I'm going to have to go because I have an actual meeting that starts that I need to be at. So okay, all right. This is what I want to challenge you to do this week. I know this is mostly for the women. You could do it too if you're a man. I'm not saying don't do it, but definitely just try it. You lost something in your house. You don't know what to wear. You need to find the right earring or the other earring, or I want you just to, angels, you don't have to know the angel you're asking. You're just asking that vibration and energy and frequency. Angels, please help me find this thing to wear. I do this all the time. And every time. I'll even do this. I'm like, angels, I have no idea what to wear. Please help me find something to wear that is the right thing and doesn't look frumpy, or is the right thing and isn't dirty. I'm completely the opposite of the Long Island. I'm like the hippie that likes to be in yoga clothes, and maybe I have a tear in a couple places, and I have a tear in my shirt. But anyway, not that you need to notice that. So, I'm just reading the comments. Okay, good. The challenge is accepted on YouTube. Is the challenge accepted on Facebook? I know. I have somebody actually trying to really get a hold of me right now, over and over again. So I want you to know, I want you to try that. I guess we're not really going to have time for readings tonight. So I'll see you Wednesday at Sal's in Tecumseh. You can get a hold of me for group and private readings, one-on-ones, group readings. And I want to make sure everybody knows that my actual rates are going up in October to be more on par with all the other mediums that are out there that are working incredibly hard. So I want to appreciate every single one of you for coming. Every time you come, it lifts my spirits. I hope it lifts yours. And yeah, if you have any questions at all, please don't ever hesitate to reach out. And I'll put my phone number on both. I mean, I think you can find my phone numbers pretty easy and pretty accessible. So yeah, that's it. So as you know, what's my ending here? And we'll the t-shirts are coming, the merchandise is coming. See light, be light. See light, be light. And just walk with the energy that you know that you're supposed to be here. Ask angels for help, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. And it takes me a minute or two because I got to click on everything. Oh, I wonder if that's saved. Bye.